Welcome back, everyone. This is Akinar here with more Elden Ring, where last time it feels like we accomplished or brought to its conclusion Act 1, or Part 1, if you will, of Elden Ring. Our main objective up to this point has been to bring Melina to the foot of the Erd Tree, and we finally did that. It only took us a little over 60 episodes. We had to go through a lot, but we did make it here to the Elden Throne, as it turns out, a very fragile Elden Throne. Do not even breathe in its direction, or it may fall apart. But we did eventually take on Morgott. The Fell Omen. I kind of wish we could get our friend, like, you know, a blanket or something here that's something to make him a little more decent in his deceased state. But I suppose this is the fate of a cursed Omen King, and we are still digesting and thinking about exactly the nature of his curse, what exactly was going on with Morgott. But we do have a new objective now, as we have come up against the impenetrable thorns. We are not able to really get Melina the ability to rediscover her purpose just yet, and so we have to turn our attention to burning it all down. That apparently is the solution now. We need to get to the Flame of Ruin so that we can light up the Erd Tree. I think the purpose of that is to burn down the impenetrable thorns. But how is that going to work? How are we going to get rid of just the thorns and not the entire Erd Tree itself? That part is not exactly clear to me, although maybe Melina doesn't give a crap. Maybe she's okay with the Erd Tree burning. It is a little bit unclear to me exactly Melina's motivations. She remains a mystery, as do so many things in Elden Ring. We have to figure out Erudition Light the Way. We have to figure out Radagon is Marika, and we also need to figure out exactly what we can about Morgott and what was his motivation. One thing that we did not take care of last time was checking out the new boss soul options, the remembrance options associated with Morgott. So we will go ahead and do that here, and perhaps there will be some new dialogue from the finger reader, which was the only person here at the hold that I did not check with. But I wanted to check this remembrance one more time, because it does give this... No, it's actually not the remembrance. It's actually the Morgott's Great Rune. It mentions this bit about the Omen King being born of the Golden Lineage. I was trying to figure that one out last time. I don't know exactly what to make of that, other than that we supposedly... I was thinking that the Golden Lineage is essentially all of the folks whose names start with God. Godfrey, Godwin, Godric. Who was the guy we fought? Godefroy? All of these different God folks, I thought they were the Golden Lineage. Does this mean that Morgott is related to them in some way? I also did make a couple other... I had been reviewing some notes and dialogue, and I was reminded that Gideon had originally, in his little exposition about Morgott, had referred to him as the Veiled Monarch, which makes so much sense now. Margit, who turned out to be Morgott, was staying undercover, hence the reference to Veiled Monarch. Makes so much sense. But what exactly was his curse? We know that he is Omen. We know that the Omens seem to be afflicted with some sort of curse. Is that also what Dung Eater is going through? Is Dung Eater actually Omen? I'm not sure if Dung Eater is Omen or if he is just wearing a suit of armor that has these horn stumps on them. We got his Sword of Milos last time, and it does say he was undersized for a giant. So I don't know that we know the full story yet on Dung Eater. I did also remember there was an item that we did pick up, the Omen Killer Rollo. We did not check out the description on this set of ashes. Spirit of Rollo, known as the first Omen Killer. Once a famous perfumer, Rollo imbibed a physic to rid himself of emotion, thus enabling him to enact his nightmarish labor, hunting the Omen. The Omen do not seem to be very well loved. by, well, at least not the Omen killers. But you know, it's tough for some people to love folks who have just a bunch of horns growing out of them. I really am interested to know more. Let's see what we have with the finger reader.
Well, you managed to return. You know what this means. The Earth Tree has spurned you. The fingers remain still, shaken by this turn of events. They are busy consulting the greater will. When they are finished, the fingers will again offer their guidance. But thousands, if not tens of thousands, of moons must first pass. No matter for me, but you. How will you ever manage the wait? My, oh my.
Thousands, if not tens of thousands of moons. I was about to say, bitch, I ain't got time. But the truth of the matter is that we have as many episodes as we need. I don't know how many moons. What is the conversion rate of moons per Akinar Elden Ring episode? But by the end of the playthrough, we may have gone through tens of thousands of Elden Ring moons. Who knows? So I guess we have thrown the, oh my god. Whoa, I did not notice that what has happened to the two fingers has gone erect, so to speak. We've thrown them for a loop. They did not know how to react to us being spurned by the Erd Tree. The Erd Tree saying, nope, you shall not pass. And that has thrown the two fingers into just a catatonic state. Wow. Definitely missed that one last episode. Just completely, it was the end of the episode. We had a lot of stuff going on, and I just forgot to come to the finger reader. That is something. Okay. There is some more dialogue here regarding the impenetrable thorns.
Heavens forbid. That is not the domain of mere men. The burning of the Erd Tree is the first cardinal sin. And you say you seek the power of the Rune of Death too? The Rune of Death goes by two names. The other is Destined Death.
Oh.
The forbidden shadow plucked from the Golden Order upon its creation. Unleashing the rune now would be unthinkable. The fingers would never permit it. Nor would the greater will. But here we are. The fingers dormant, severing our link to the greater will. The realm and all life in ruins. Impossible events transpire beyond the ken of the fingers. Who is to say that the cardinal sin must be cardinal forever? Go on. Finish the job. Take the course you deem most worthy.
Whoa. Okay. Let's see if we can parse all that. First of all, it's that was a quick turnaround. The finger reader went from first cardinal sin to like, do what you have to do. You really talked yourself into that one very quickly. She also mentioned this idea that, okay, Destined Death is actually just another name for the Rune of Death. So that kind of solves that mystery. I guess I had been wondering, what exactly is Destined Death? But she mentioned that it was, the Rune of Death was it was a shadow that was plucked from the Golden Order at its creation. That part is really interesting to think about. There's this kind of ongoing Dark Souls and FromSoft, Miyazaki loves this this kind of yin and yang of different competing or complementary ideas or dynamics, and that's what it feels like. Once again, you've got the Golden Order, but then on the other side, the yin to its yang is this destined death. Okay, so basically the Two Fingers has said, nope, peace out, you guys. I'm just gonna go over here into hibernation. The Greater Will is, you're not gonna be able to talk with it, and so now we need to burn the thorns to, I guess, get our way into the Erd Tree. It's all kind of a bit confusing. I'd like to really boil things down, or I want to know all of the nitty-gritty details. I'm a very detail-oriented person, but you got to be a little careful about that when it comes to dissecting a story like in Elden Ring, because take it more at a lower resolution, taking things more in a metaphorical sense is probably a better approach, but we'll still try. We'll still try to get as many details as we can. How do we burn the thorns? Do you have some intel on this? I think the Flame of Ruin is probably involved, if I had to guess.
You must find kindling. Only the smoldering flame in the great forge of the giants on the highest peak in the lands between can burn the Erd Tree. But special kindling is required to reignite the flame. For the flame to burn the Erd Tree, a sacrifice is needed of one who envisions the flame and can lead you to the rune of death.
So not only do we need the Flame of Ruin, which, by the way, is, if I had to guess, probably that big bowl that we have seen from a few different locations, which had kind of reminded me of the big bowl that housed the, I don't remember exactly what the flame was called, but it was something similar in DS3, Flame of Ruin or Flame of, what was the name of that thing that actually shot fire at you? That's what it reminds me of when I look up to it, other than sort of also looking like a Lord Vessel. But we also need kindling, apparently. We need somebody who is going to envision, one who envisions the flame. A sacrifice is needed. Okay. So somebody to be kindling as well as leading us to the rune of death. Is that Melina? Is that going to be Melina? We'll have to think about that one. Let's look at... Ooh. I thought maybe for a second we might get some gear from Morgott. Wait, did we? We did get his cloak. As I thought about it, I was like, well, wait a second. He doesn't exactly have... He doesn't have the biggest... he's not a man of... he doesn't wear a lot of bling. But we do get one piece of clothing from the Fell Omen, his cloak. Cloak of ragged fur worn about the exposed body of Margit. I did just mention that, didn't I? Maybe we can go maybe we can buy the cloak and give him a little bit more covering here. Margit, the Fell Omen, having slaughtered countless champions during the Shattering. The Fell Omen has become a horror to those who harbor ambitions for the Erd Tree or for lordship. It does feel like he was trying to stop people from becoming the Elden Lord, even though he is Lord of Leyndell, which I guess is not the same as Elden Lord. I don't think he was Elden Lord. We never had anybody really saying that he was Elden Lord. He wasn't claiming to be Elden Lord. But he was trying to stop a bunch of people, and he really thought he really had some ill will toward all of the other demigods who he called traitors. Okay, what about the boss soul? What do we get here? There are two options, as we've had with all the others. Morgott's Cursed Sword, which actually does scale with Arcane. Makes sense, the chromatic rainbow, super sick Cursed Sword. Has a blood loss build up along with it. Really high dexterity requirement. So it is a dexterity-focused weapon with some arcane, a splash of arcane thrown in. Warped Blade of Shifting. Sorry, Warped Blade of Shifting Hue. Used by Morgoth the Omen King. The accursed blood that Morgoth recanted and sealed away reformed into this blade. So he tried to... Whatever curse he was afflicted with, he tried to recant and seal it away. But it basically would not be contained. Made its way into this sword. Or formed into this sword. The unique skill is Cursed Blood Slice. Brace, then charge forward to deliver a downward diagonal slice. The bloody trail of the blade is followed by a burst of flame. Additional input allows for a follow-up attack. Super cool. The other one is... My goodness, what am I looking at? Is that a baby Omen? Regal Omen. I almost thought it said Regal Omen Brain. I would have bought it. Regal Omen Bairn. Okay, this is... What? 1 second here. We're going to consult the... We're going to try to find out what is bairn. This is a term used primarily in Scotland and Northern England to refer to a child. Okay. A bit of charming regional dialect that you might still hear in those areas. If you're ever in your Scotland, you might hear someone referring to their wee bairn. And my horrible Scottish accent there. Doll of a curse-born bairn from the Erdtree's royal line. From the Erdtree's royal line. So is this supposed to be a doll of Morgoth? Uses FP to unleash many wraiths that chase down foes. This is kind of like the attack that we've seen several different Omen enemies use against us. Omen babies born of royalty do not have their horns excised, but instead are kept underground, unbeknownst to anyone, imprisoned for eternity. These memorial fetishes are fashioned in secret. Well, that description suggests that there's been many Omen babies born of royalty. This is an ongoing thing, apparently. What in the hell? Also, this is... I thought for a second it might have been a talisman, but it's one of these reusable items that just sits in your inventory, similar to Margit's Shackle. And it does scale with both intelligence and faith. Interesting. Okay, neither one of these are immediately applicable to our build, just like basically every other boss soul item. At least in my mind, they're not specifically tailored for where we are. No, I guess that's not true. We did get the... Let's see if there's any dialogue here when we leave.
Now go forth. Let the words of the fingers guide you.
Well, that sort of has changed a little bit here. The fingers are they're in a state. What I was going to say is that we did get the boss soul from Godric. That was his name, right? There's so many different god whatevers. Godric the Grafted, we did get his fist weapon, right? Which we have not been using very much. Maybe we should go back to that. It was an okay weapon. Where is it here? Not that it's super important, but the Grafted Dragon. There you go. We've got plenty of upgrade materials. We could get this up to a +6, no problem. Maybe play around with that at some point because we are leaning into fire as our the kind of the signature to our build. What I was also looking through off camera since last time was, we did pick up this Fire's Deadly Sin, and it does mention in its description, the burning of the Erdtree is the first cardinal sin. It's just what the finger reader said. That is not the domain of mere men. A prophet despaired looking up at the Erdtree, for soon the kindling would burst into flame, bringing ruin. I mean, we're not supposed to use this spell somehow to make ourselves into kindling. Like, it did sort of make me think of linking the fire. Very reminiscent of what we do in Dark Souls. And there are actually a lot of fire spells here that hint at... They're all connected in some way, I think, to like the giant's flame. This Surge of Flame talks about the giant's flame is the flame of ruin, capable of burning the Erd Tree. And so, following the war against the giants, its ruinous blaze was sealed. Guardians were appointed to watch over it. We got the flame of the Fell God. Draws directly from the power of the fire giants. All these different references. Flame Sling itself, the OG, the very first... Was this the very first incantation that we had? I think it was, wasn't it? We might have had Urgent Heal. But this was like early game. The Flame of Ruin is anathema to the Erd Tree. But prophets sometimes glimpse it within the faith all the same. Sadly, when this occurs, their sole reward is banishment. Lots of... Basically all the fire spells hint at where we're going to be going eventually. We have now our new main quest to push toward. And it is really interesting to think about. That, however, we are not going to be pushing directly toward the Flame of Ruin. There is so much to do in this game. And we're going to start by trying to do a bit of, I don't know if we're going to call it housekeeping, but maybe we're going to call it like side quest keeping, because there are several different things, several different side quests that we have, that's actually not the war point that I wanted to go to, but we have accumulated several different side quest paths. Leyndell Catacombs, Auriza Side Tomb, Auriza Hero's Grave, the Forsaken Depths as well. We're going to do, I think, the main objective today is going to be doing some grave digging, or grave robbing, perhaps. Whatever you want to call it, we are going to be going to the home of the dead folks. Some of the homes of the dead folks. We're also going to be checking underneath. I did want to quickly do the bit that I had mentioned I was going to do at the end of last episode. We were making our way to the Divine Tower of East Altus, and I had made note that I wanted to just check. I just wanted to make sure. Is that guy really going to attack me? Oh my god, are you serious? Well, this was not such a good idea. Not such a good idea. Well, I was going to check under an elevator, and then I aggroed one of these motherfuckers. Man, where exactly are you supposed to stand to avoid that attack? I guess you just stand farther away. That's the answer. The answer is don't stand right next to them. It seems so simple in retrospect. Okay, all right. I was not cognizant of the fact, dude. This guy. I was waiting for that guy to aggro to me and get both of them on my case. And what did we gain for that? Just the fact that underneath these elevators, as with pretty much every other elevator so far in the game, have we had an elevator yet where there has been a secret underneath one of them? Maybe we will have it at some point, so we will keep checking. As I try to maintain my composure in the face of... I'm calling them Inquisitors because I don't have an actual name yet. And I have that idea from Gideon's dialogue that says... Oh, we have checked, I guess, already under this one as well. Wait, no, this is not the one. This is not the one that I was going to check. Okay, we need to go back up here. I'm guessing this is going to be a fruitless endeavor, ultimately, other than getting a little pittance of souls from some enemies that I don't really intend to fight. But we're gonna go do this nonetheless because I'm checking for elevator secrets. Because we do find them sometimes, right? Like right here. There are sometimes elevator secrets to be found, and so we are making our way back to the other fenced-in elevator that was on the way to this divine tower, and that is going to count as our bit of housekeeping for today. There are a handful of enemies to deal with along the way here. And I'll go ahead and give myself, I did switch my flasks to 10-3. And since we are on such a very short little side mission here, this is not going to, we're not going to have to worry too much about flasks. Getting maximum value out of them is not our concern here. We just need to make sure that we're not 100% ignoring all of the enemies. Because you can't ignore enemies, unfortunately. You cannot just completely run past everything all the time and expect to not pay any consequences. That was a riposte. That was a riposte. Today I learned, as we get another golden gray shield, today I learned that if you knock the enemy onto the ground, you have a riposte opening. What? Oh, you mean I could have done that all this time against the Knights Cavalry? The Knights Cavalry. This guy has his back turned. Let's see if we can take advantage of that. You see nothing. The Knights Cavalry and pretty much anybody else riding a horse, you knock them off of their mount. You knock them off of their mount, and it is a stance break. I mean, the stance break sound does play. It is. The sound is there, so I shouldn't be too surprised. But I feel like there are instances. There are instances against other enemies where I have gotten that sound and not had a riposte opening. So I don't know. So I guess this little side mission to find probably not elevator secrets that are probably not underneath elevators, that we did at least gain a little bit of knowledge regarding stance breaks. 60 episodes into Elden Ring, and we are still learning the game's mechanics, but that's the beauty of a blind playthrough, is it not? Isn't that really why? It's discoveries like that that really make the playthrough what it is. Okay, this is going to be the exact same thing as the other, and of course, just as I suspected, there is nothing under this elevator. So there you go. All right. So now that we have obtained that super important piece of information, we need to go to the Leyndell Catacombs. That's where we are going to start our what do we call this section of our Elden Ring episode? The gameplay section. It's all part of the game. We're playing the game in every instance, but the action portion of the episode is now going to get underway. Something like that. We're going to start here, though, with the Leyndell Catacombs, and we're going to be doing some exploring the graves, exploring where all the dead folks hang out. I should be very... I actually should check on that ledge there. Hold on. We have been here somewhat before. We have We have kind of explored here previously. And we did encounter the spirit caller snail up ahead. Okay, so this ledge is here, but there's none of these are sus walls. Interesting. So no sus walls to start. The very what exactly is the start of the Leyndell Catacombs? That's a good question, because not only do we have this is where the actually, let's go this other way first. Not fucking with that lobster. We have fucked with that lobster once, and that is more than enough for me. Let's check down here, because I think the boss door is here. And is that all there is? There is another path this way. Which way do we want to go first? Locked by some contraption. Let's go back and continue, since we started... we officially started the Leyndell Catacombs in this direction. Let's go ahead and continue what we did previously. I'm curious why this ledge... Why is that ledge there? Maybe it was a ledge... We've had a similar layout, I think, in one of the other catacombs, that a similar layout, or at least I remember there being a similar elevator, and it could be that ledge, the ledge that we saw on the elevator ride up, was utilized in another set of catacombs that shared this layout. Now, oh, there was I do remember we came up these stairs and there was an enemy here, but that enemy looks like it was connected to the spirit caller snail, because it is gone. Now, what else is waiting to drop on our head, fly at us through some sort of trap somewhere? I did see the lever at the end. These are not sus walls. I'm pretty sure these are not sus walls. I mean, Elden Ring has surprised me before with the way that sus walls work. But when I see a curved ceiling like this, it feels like that's not going to be a sus wall. But who knows? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, we opened up a passageway. Okay, we are here. We are here in the shunning grounds, right next to the big Omen dude. And I think I do remember this, actually. This, I think, is where we picked up Shadowbait. Okay, I'm glad I did not step any closer, because I think we would have attracted his attention. This is a really different kind of catacombs, because it's not like all the other catacombs, which are they're out in the overworld, and they have a door that leads into them, and then they are their own separate entity. This feels like somewhat of a separate entity, but at the same time, it connects in and out of the shunning grounds. That's very cool. I like it. We're gonna go back down to this way, though. We're not gonna tussle with that Omen. I have had more than enough Omen encounters recently. I'm good, you know? I'm good to have a change of pace. I'm spirit caller snails. Let's have as many of those as we can, because I'm kind of sick of Omen. What the fuck? Something just barfed a bunch of maggots onto this. Oh, it's those dudes. Okay, it's the zombie enemies. They were just hanging out up top. All right. Do I even care about these guys? I think as long as they're not like gonna, I don't want to, I kind of don't care about these guys. Just avoid their little charge attack where they charge and then latch onto you. But otherwise, just get the hell away. Because do I really need to explain why you would want to stay away from these guys? All right, where's the... There! I knew there was going to be an ambush on one of these sides. I have, by the way, I didn't mention it, but I have switched back to the Godslayer Greatsword, just for variety. No! Man, that happens fast. That happens so fast. Just for variety's sake, I have switched back to the Godslayer Greatsword. We're staying in the... We're staying in the fire family. Ghost Glove Ward 6. We're staying in the fire family. Keeping it in the family. You want some of this, huh? We're just switching it over to Black Flame. It does take oh my god, Jesus Christ. It does take fucking forever though to wind up this Black Flame. It takes so fucking long. That's about the only downside. I do really enjoy the Queen's Black Flame, but man, does it take forever. Okay. Okay. Wow, you're actually on fire by... Oh, no, wait a second. No, these are just the fire versions. This is... They're really giving us all different iterations of these stupid zombies. So now we got the flame zombies. I thought that was a pretty clever thing that the fire trap that had actually set one of the zombies on fire. That would have been pretty cool. Have we seen this statue before? Probably. Oops, I did not mean to turn that off. Wow, why does this guy make me think of Agdane? It's not... Okay, never mind. I mean, from a distance, maybe looked a little more masculine. Moving right along. Agdane. I mean, he is the Grave Warden, right? Grave Warden Agdane. So if we're going hunting into catacombs, it's not too crazy that he would come to mind. Let's go try to shut this down if we can. Shut this down and shut you down. Wait, where am I? I'm apparently standing in poison, which I guess was spawned by this guy. Oh, he's getting burned by the fire. Actually, that's useful to me. Sure. I take it. I'll take it. It looks like this is, we can ride this up to this ledge. There was a gray violet down here that I missed. I will take the help from the game asset. I said... Guys, what did I just say about Omen? What did I just say? Why do I have to open my big mouth? We can do Shadow Bait. We actually do have Shadow Bait. Which I, what's the reason to go in here? Maybe this guy actually... There's not, from what I can see, there's no piece of loot. It may be... Let's just make sure that we're not getting ambushed by anybody. But... Oh, God. Hold on. Give me my trickle heal. Give me my trickle heal. Give me my flame. Grant me strength. Shit. Shit, 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 shit. Does he come through the door? He does not come through the door. Never mind, we're cheesing this. Oh, okay, okay. I thought we were gonna cheese it. This dude has other ideas though. Can we do Flame of the Fell God? Or is it gonna hit the ceiling? It's gonna hit the ceiling. What I can do is I could do this. I don't know if I helped myself. I don't know if I actually helped myself. Ooh, that has a nice knockback, doesn't it? That has a nice little knockback. I'm totally cheesing the hell out of this guy, but I don't give a shit. You've earned it. You, my friend, have earned this shit. You brought it on yourself. That was supposed to be a jump attack. That was supposed to be a jump attack, but apparently I missed the R2 that was supposed to happen at the end. Okay. Wait a second, there was an item here. All right, he was just blocking my view of the item. A Crucible Scale Talisman. What'd that be? Reduced damage taken from critical hits. Okay. A more PvP-oriented talisman, sounds like. Said to have grown on the human body long ago. A talisman fashioned from a scale that embodies the aspects of various creatures. Lovely. A vestige of the crucible of primordial life, born partially of devolution, it was considered a signifier of the divine in ancient times, but is now increasingly disdained as an impurity as civilization has advanced. That is, okay. That was a thing that we came up here for. I'm sure it's a very useful talisman for those, well, maybe not. I don't know. For those who engage in PvP, it could still be actually a terrible talisman. I have no idea, and I'm probably never going to know, because PvP is just not my thing. I don't have the time or the patience for it anymore. I played my fair share of PvP style games in the past, and I've moved on. I have moved on with my life. These zombies are totally gonna come to life, aren't they? I don't trust. I do not trust. One of y'all is gonna... Something is sus here. Okay, I hear footsteps. It's another Omen. Okay, this guy at least is... doesn't have as many horns. Does that make him less dangerous? Does that make him less dangerous? I was hoping this would allow me to more easily get a backstab against this guy. I guess it sort of did. Ow. That Queen's Black Flame is so freaking powerful if you are able to get it off. Yeah, some of these guys, have they done it to themselves? The cutting off of the horns? And that's like their attempt to fend off the curse? And then some of the other, oh, Glovewort 9. Our first Glovewort 9, apparently. But then there's the other Omen that are just like, you know what, fuck it. Embrace the curse. I ain't cutting off shit. White flower that blooms in catacombs. Each a soundless bell used to summon spirits. Spirit tuning is not merely the simple act of imbuing strength. It is an art that lies somewhere between tuning an instrument and conducting a conversation, leaving both parties enriched. We have our first Grave Glovewort. Sorry. Yeah, Grave Glovewort 9. Did we have a ghost Glovewort 9 before, I wonder? I don't remember. Oh, this is a... have we been here before? Have we been here? We might have been down where that, where I now see a Glovewort, and I might have just not realized that there was a Glovewort to be picked up. At the same time, there is what appears to be a loot corpse here, but there's no loot. So have I been here before? I'm confused. We're gonna check every single one of these, because I don't trust. Sus wall, show yourself. Reveal thyself. What we really want to know, we really need to be asking these Omen guys is, what the hell up? What the hell is up with the Omen Bairn? What's going on with that shit? I guess we're jumping down. I don't think we've quite been here before because there's no lever. I thought we had seen a boss door lever before. So we got the zombies here. We got a Grave Glovewort 8. And then... did we come down this path? Wait, is this the boss door? Oh. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Did we open the boss door and I didn't even realize it? Did I just completely somehow snooze on that one? How did I miss that one? What did I do to miss that one, guys? I actually don't really want to be using resources against you, because I am maybe, well, we can actually go sit at the site of grace, can't we? We're gonna do that and we'll replenish our flasks. Now that we have opened the door, and I just somehow completely spaced on us opening the door. I don't know what I was thinking about when I flipped a lever without realizing it was the boss door lever. But I do see now that this was the passageway that was near the start of the Leyndell Catacombs, where we started from the site of grace. Have I been here? Man, I am so confused. I feel like I've been here, but I also... I don't have any confidence either. What in the heck? There's the... no, okay, alright. I have been here now. I have been here. And then... the only other question mark I have is, did we... are you gonna shoot your... why was it waiting for me to go down the tunnel? That was kind of fucked up. Did it do that before? Wait a minute. Wait, now you're coming to life? I am so confused right now as to what I have done and what I haven't. Why is this confusing me so badly? Yo, we came here this way. Or, we came this way before, and there was no Grave Glovewort here. What is going on? Is there like... is this... this is actually tripping me out now, because we've been to this section before, and these zombies were clearly not interactable. There were a bunch of dead zombies on the floor. Oh man, that almost killed that guy. It actually did with the black flame ticking away. There was no Grave Glovewort here. You could not interact with these zombies. Now they come to life. And the Omen that we killed before is now being mourned by his by one of his brothers. This is a trip. It's... what do you say about this? I'm gonna use my flask of wondrous physic here, because eventually we're gonna be going back to... we're eventually going back to the Site of Grace to replenish that. Oops. Okay, man, Queen's Black Flame. If you can manage, it's like the whole place is constantly shifting, or I guess as you roam around, as you meander your way through. I'm waiting to see what is going to be different. Because things are constantly changing as we roam back and forth throughout this catacombs. This is ridiculous. I've never seen this before. I cannot remember this happening in any of the previous games. And it is kind of cool, but man, is it a trip. And it also really screws, like, isn't this supposed to be where we came in? Didn't we like come in this way? At one point we walked through here and there was like the dudes up there that were throwing vomit down on us. But now they're like, you can't interact with these guys. What a fascinating progression through a little dungeon area. That's really I swear, man, Elden Ring sometimes it confuses the heck out of me while simultaneously just putting a very happy grin on my face. How many times, because there's another grave glovewort that was not there before. How many times are you supposed to go through this place before you've actually seen all there is to see? It really is kind of crazy. I'm out of mana. Oh, these guys have anti-poise. Oh, they have anti-poise. Never mind. Am I actually out of... No, okay. One cerulean flask left. Let's try to be a little bit... We're eventually warping back to the Site of Grace, but we'll try to be a little... I don't know what else to expect. There could be, like, still so much more to this dungeon, because... There's another... This is amazing. This is like the third time we've gone past this statue. And now there's a grave glovewort here. This is just... And now... Is this the tunnel where there was previously a fire-breathing cannon? And now it has turned into a grave glovewort as well. This is just ridiculous. This might be one of the coolest little shenanigans that they've... Oh, God, that guy's up there. This might be one of the coolest little shenanigans that they have played. I really, really like it. I don't like you knocking me out of my Queen's Black Flame, though. I need a drink. And then I need to backstab you. And then one more Queen's Black Flame for the road. That's kind of what we should be... I guess what we should be doing with the Queen's Black Flame is make sure that we get close enough so that that first little tick of damage is also meant to interrupt them. It could potentially knock them out of whatever they're doing. So that's probably part of the intended strategy. It takes a while to wind up into the major damage component of the Queen's Black Flame, but it does give you that small little interrupter, that small little... whatever you want to call it. This is insane, dude. This is insane. Round and round and round we go. And when we... like, who knows? Maybe this is supposed to have loot. These loot corpses. Like that other loot corpse that we saw that was hanging over the ledge. Maybe eventually... you get to a spot. Unless this down here is where the fire... Oh, okay. Okay, this is where the fire breather is at. So am I actually... I wonder if I'm actually seeing different stuff, or am I somehow ascending or descending along different parts of the catacombs that I just had not realized? I am not sure. I don't know for sure, guys. All I know really is that I am so freaking confused, and I do think now that this is the the end of the road. I don't think there is anything else to do. Wow. I'm sure there's a good chance that I've missed something in here, but that was the Leyndell Catacombs. The time warp adventure that is the Leyndell Catacombs, I think, is mostly done. We still have a mini boss to deal with. We're gonna warp back to the site of grace here and think about whether I want to. I think 10-3 is probably pretty good. And yeah, we've got the Queen's Black Flame. We'll go ahead and do we'll give ourselves a free Blessing of the Erd Tree. Sit at the site of grace. I do have to remember exactly which way I'm running. Wait a second. Oh, shit. Oh, I fucked up. I fucked up. I actually fucked up. I did not do this correctly. Whoa, I did not do this correctly. I screwed something up, guys. I don't know what I did. Somehow, some way, in this this confusing and disorienting rigmarole, I fucked up. Okay, let's see if we can figure this out. Did not mean... Fuck me. Get out of here. Get out of here. Did not mean for any of that to happen. It was that second jump. I don't know why I did a second jump there. Okay, now this guy is back. I don't need to take care of this guy. We've already gotten the wow, that actually, how did I get that to go down? Was it just me falling on it? What exactly was the impetus for that? So then we go through, maybe this was not even maybe it wasn't a time dilation thing. Maybe it was just, maybe it was just a, as I've been going through the catacombs here, like when I drop down to this area, where am I dropping down to? Where exactly am I dropping down to? Because shouldn't this go back to the boss door? Wait a second, where does this go? Yeah, I think I must have gotten confused about the layout. Root resin times 4. I must have gotten confused because I'm in combat also. That's... Who am I in combat with? I want to check my map because I want to see... I feel like I'm right next to... I guess I'm in combat with these guys. I'm right next to... Do we have a Stake America here? Okay, at least I think I know how to get back here now. I think I at least understand how to get back here. I mean, maybe this isn't even a boss, technically. We're still in combat. We're going to cast this. We're going to drink our Flask of Wondrous Physic. And we're going to give ourselves this. And maybe this is not a boss. It's actually really good. It's actually really, really good that you tried to ambush us, because that means... God damn it. That means that we did not aggro both of you at the same time. I've still got zombies coming up from behind. Didn't need that second. Did not need the second swing. These zombies, man. Wow. How do you aggro from so far away? Or how do you keep aggroing? Like, aren't you supposed to give up at some point? Don't you ever stop? Holy moly. It is a good thing, though, that this guy... This is not a boss room. Apparently, this is not a boss room. And do I not attract his attention by breaking all the bones along the way? Okay, this place is so fucking confusing. I don't really get it, but you know, we're rolling with the punches. And the pratfalls. And all of these nasty, gnarly Omen. What do we got here? Golden Rune 11. Okay. So, I think there is a actual boss door, but I'm a little bit confused as to actually how I get there. I thought that I was somehow being really, I was having a trick played on me by the way that events were being sort of, the progression of time within this dungeon was somehow different from the rest of the Elden Ring universe. But now I am not convinced of that, because it may just be that we've been changing levels all along and I didn't realize it. So I need to take a moment, I think, and explore a bit more thoroughly, because I think probably I have missed some sus wall somewhere. I do distinctly remember, I remember distinctly seeing at some point, we've obviously seen a door that is locked by some contraption, which is not this door. I want to say that it's actually above us. I think it's like directly above us, because here's the warp point. And if we go down the hallway from that warp point, I think above us somewhere is the actual boss door. And then if we turn, yeah, I think in the other in the section above us, there is a room that looks just like this, except there is actually a lever. There is actually a lever that I assume opens the boss door, because it looks like the lever that opens the boss door from every other catacombs that we've been in so far. So the question is, how do we get there? Because it feels like I've explored everywhere that I naturally can, but it also feels like I've missed a sus wall. Right, so up here is the guy mourning his buddy. And then down this way, I deactivated this flame. And then where does this lead again? This goes up to... Wait. Oh, is this what I missed? I think this is what I missed. There's an imp over here. It's the first imps that we've seen. Somehow, I think I must not have realized yet that this Catacombs has obviously been very confusing, but I think what I've neglected to do was check on top of this particular flame-throwing tower. Because now there is a little, this little chapel where we fought the Omen before. There's another version of it, which I think, if I can ever make sense of this fully, I want to say these are like stacked on top of one another. I think there is one layer stacked on top of the other somehow, in a way that I have not fully decoded yet. That's why that guy was hiding there. He was hiding, waiting for me to fall prey, as I often do to the imps' shenanigans. I'll take these guys any day over the Omen. That much I will say. I am already had far too many Omen. We've had an Omen King as well that has been on our trail this whole time. What are we going to do about the imps? What are we going to do about the Omen? What are we going to do about the Flame of Ruin? What are we going to do about Radagon is America? But at least I think we have pieced together the mystery of the Leyndell Catacombs, hopefully. This, I would think this should eventually lead us to the switch that gets us the boss door. The boss door to open. That will open the boss door. The actual boss door, not the fake boss door. And also, I notice now there is a loot corpse here, where we had previously seen in the other version of this part, wherever else in the catacombs, this room, quote unquote, this same room is. There was no loot to be found. Oh, it's a couple sacramental blood. Okay, sure. Sure, not nearly as exciting as what other possibilities there could have been there, but it's fine. Somewhere a heavy door has opened. Are we now finally dropping down here to the actual boss door? Have we finally made it back to the actual... There's a fog gate there. We have done it. We finally did it. Okay. And now, this should be the site of grace, as it is. There we go. What a funny... Wait a second. We can talk to Melina here? That is super unexpected. Talking to Melina in a catacombs? I don't think this was here before. Maybe she can explain what the hell we just experienced.
Think not of the kindling. I shall see to that. All I ask of you is to make the journey to the snowy mountaintops of the giants, far above the clouds. I know I'm asking you to commit a cardinal sin, but it must be done to reach the path beyond. And that is the path I wish to travel. What is your mind?
I thought she was going to ask us if we were going to get a choice there as to whether we were going to proceed or not. I don't think we have much of a choice. This is our main quest, whether we like it or not. We are headed to the Flame of Ruin and potentially committing a cardinal sin. Okay, she just wanted to get a little... I think this is probably in response to us talking to the finger reader. That would be my guess. It's funny that it shows up at potentially any site of grace. I thought our conversations with her were only at particular sites of grace, but maybe it's more about what progression has been done story-wise. So there we go. In case we had forgotten with our little excursion into the Leyndell Catacombs, Melina wanted to make sure that we stay reminded. Don't worry. Don't you worry. We will be getting to the snowy mountaintops of the giants in another 60 episodes. It'll be fine. Just be patient. We have many thousands and tens of thousands of moons to pass first. And so one of those moons we will work on passing as we take on a mini boss. Hopefully this time taking on a mini boss in an actual boss room. There is a fog gate, so it does feel like there is an actual boss room, but who knows? Elden Ring may have additional tricks when it comes to fog gates. Are we going to get a sus fog gate at some point? Is that a thing that they would do to us? I wouldn't put anything past them. Esgar, Priest of Blood. Oh, God. Zombie dogs. So it's a Priest of Blood along with zombie dogs. Okay, let's try to whittle down the troops here. And try not to succumb to bleed. Jesus Christ, the bleed is building up so quickly. And I'm out of stamina. Out of stamina. Out of stamina. What is that move that he's doing? I've not seen that one before. Shit. Okay, dogs are out of here at least. Dogs are out of here, and you really don't have very much health. Are you fat rolling? Is that like a swarm of flies or something? What in the world is he summoning? Oh my god, I'm fuck me. Alive. Alive. I should have double drank. Okay, get the hell out of here. Esgar, Priest of Blood. Out of my game, dork. Give me my 39k runes, and we get a Lord of Blood's Exaltation. That guy had some funky moves. He looked like a battle mage. He was kind of wearing a battle mage outfit. But there were at least 2 new moves, blood-oriented abilities that I didn't recognize. I went to status instead of inventory. Apparently, I did not look at the Grave Glovewort 8. Is it the same as the Grave Glovewort 9? It is. Let's look at our Lord of Blood's Exaltation. A talisman depicting the exaltation of the Lord of Blood. Look at that artwork. The dude's head, if I can see that. This is supposed to be an exaltation of the Lord of Blood. Are we looking at our first look at Mohg? Is that what Mohg is supposed to look like? Raises attack power when blood loss occurs in the vicinity. Bloodlust. Render up your offerings of blood to your lord. Drench my consort's chamber. Slake his cocoon's thirst. I think that's slake, and I think, well, based on the context, I think it means like satisfy his thirst, quench his thirst. I feel like I have heard that word somewhere before, but I have no idea where. His awakening shall herald the dawn of your destiny. Lord of Blood's Exaltation. It is a talisman, correct? It did say it was a talisman. There it is. As opposed to the key item that we have. Well, we have this Lord of Blood's favor, but don't we also have... Wasn't there another key item? I thought there was another blood-related thing. There's this Purifying Crystal tier, which I still don't know what the hell that does. Maybe I should be using that. Huh. Do we still have Bloodshot Eyes, by the way? We do, don't we? Our eyes are still bloodshot. We're still serving the Lord of Blood, so far as I can tell. What a strange game. What a bizarre game. Let me pick up this root resin here that's in the middle of the boss room. And then it's time for us to move on to the next challenge. I don't really need to return to the entrance if we're going to be warping somewhere. Except I guess, no. We'll go ahead and I think the next thing that I wanted to at least start checking out was this guy, the Forsaken Depths. We banked this checkpoint after a brief view, a very quick look at the upcoming section, which also appeared to be related to Catacombs. So, let's go ahead and level up. Before we do that, spend our runes. We need 90k runes. I need another 5k runes. Was not expecting that. Let's get 5k runes, shall we? 5k it is. Boom. Side of Grace. Level up. And we'll get everything to... We'll get the core 4 stats up to 40. That sounds like a good idea. Yes, these are at 35, but they're boosted by the Source Seal. Vigor will soon be at 35. Seems fine. We have so many larval tiers, we can respec later, if needed. Let's move forward into the Forsaken Depths. I don't think we had gotten a title card before. Is it going to give us a title card? Is there even like, is this even, that hallway just keeps going there. There's a smithing stone 6. I need my lantern. Give me my lantern, please. Sus walls. Would be very surprised if those were sus walls. So it's kind of got the same architecture as, well, at least to start, it has the architecture of the catacombs. And then it opens up into a new room that is very different. Have we seen a room like this before? Oh, that's a chest. There is a chest at the end of that room. Is this also going to be some kind of boss fight? This feels like a boss room. If this isn't a boss room, has to be a boss room, doesn't it? Has to be. No way. Wait a second. You're kidding me. This is Mohg. Mohg the Omen. Straight up Mohg the Omen. What? Mohg the Omen. Okay, he hurts and also has a lot of health. This is bad. Because I rolled too early. Mohg the Omen. We did not even get any sort of mileage out of our rune arc there against Mohg the Omen. Excuse me? What in the hell? I'm stunned. Not the first time that it's happened in Elden Ring, but why is Mohg the Omen down here? I guess, I don't know, where would he be? Where would I expect him to be? I guess down here is as good a place as any. I don't quite understand it. I would have felt like Mohg was going to be... Isn't Mohg supposed to be like, I don't know, a demigod that we have to deal with? Maybe this is where we deal with a demigod. Dude, he does not react to Flame of Frenzy at all. What in the fuck? That is such bad news. I'm fat rolling, fuck me. I always forget about the fat rolling when we are losing our rune art. Okay, so he puts a bunch of blood flame on the ground. Oh my god. Everything is blood with this guy. Dude, you did our queen's black flame miss, huh? It was not very effective. Dude, the delay on that overhand swing there. I'm obviously panic rolling, which is no good. But this guy has some serious health. Flame of Frenzy. No bueno. Let's get that shit out of here. And I wonder if fire in general is not good. We need to see. Shadowbait's not going to be any good. We need to find out what works against Mohg the Omen. Wow. Potentially holy. Holy might be good against him. Do we need to counteract blood loss? We have spells to counteract blood loss, don't we? We should have some different, like, what counters? Law of Regression kind of works, but that's not exactly what I'm going for. What did we have? Lord's Aid. Only costs 12. Is that quick to cast? Is that one here that we can quickly... That takes quite a while. That's not a quick cast. Unless we put on Radagon's icon. Which maybe I will do. Maybe I will do that if spells are what we want to be focusing on. I don't know yet. Let's see if we can also get... I am heavy load apparently with that talisman change. Let's go to those gauntlets and let's go to these greaves. I guess we can go to Radagon's gauntlets. Okay, so... Oh, I don't need the torch. I don't need that torch. So now can I go... Yeah, there we go. Maybe even go with the heavier gloves. Okay, cool. So, working out our... Yeah, Godslayer's Greatsword might not be good here. I haven't really... We need to just test maybe just Black Flame and see how much damage that does. That might be a good idea to try. I want to take off... We're going to take off this Lord's Heal. Probably going to... We need to find out if fire is effective against him. So let's leave Flame of the Fell God on there along with Black Flame. This is what we'll just keep a very simplified spell lineup for this attempt. Mohg the Omen. That's all it is, just Mohg the Omen. Whew. Okay. This is... we may not spend the entire episode doing this. We'll see exactly how much success we have against Mohg the Omen. Very, 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 very unexpected. Was not expecting. Am I even close enough to do this? Nope, I was not close enough. Dude, okay, that doesn't work. So fire, so far, both Flame of Frenzy and... just regular fire are not very good, and Black Flame does not seem to be as well. Okay. I don't think fire at all. We have, like, the exact perfectly bad set of spells and weapons to go against this guy. He really closes the distance. That's really good. That is really good for us. I need a drink. Okay, so we're basically playing with a massive handicap here because this guy is super resistant to fire. And on top of that, I'm trying to learn a new moveset. I like the soundtrack. And I do like that the environment, the pillars, provide quite a bit of cover. We're doing so little damage. That is not cool. Not cool. How little damage we are doing. Okay, I need to be wary of that. How do I avoid that? How exactly do I avoid that spell? Just back up. The Blood Flame. The Blood Flame Man is super cool. Out of stamina. Thought I would have. Thought I had my shield back up. So he does. There's one that's like more narrow. Oh shit. There's one that's more narrow, and there's one that's wider. I mean, I need to use my my cerulean flask to some extent. I guess that will be to give myself a trickle heal when I have the ability to do so, which is not going to be very often, I don't think. There was supposed to be an R1 there. I don't know what happened to it. How do I avoid those different various blood flame attacks? I guess I gotta go through them. No! Man. Not figuring out the combos yet. Too short. Too short. Sometimes it's better to be too short. I need to heal. I could use a summon if I really wanted to. I could use a summon, but it's Mohg. It's Mohg the Omen. I can't break my rule. Not against this guy, but also my damage is so hamstrung. Maybe I need it. Maybe I need it. Holy shit. Maybe I fucking need it against this guy. No. Okay, starting to digest the patterns a little bit. Jump through that, I guess. There was supposed to be a roll. Definitely was supposed to be a roll. How am I doing on flasks? Too soon. I'm you know, in classic fashion, you start to get a sense for the enemy's moves, but you're still over anticipating. Or at least that's often the case for me. And so you can see, there's a big overhand attack coming. It's time to roll. Oh wait, no, he was not going to actually do that for another half a second. All right, so fire is no good. Flame, grant me strength, no bueno. I don't think we're going to need to take advantage of this Lord's aid. If anything, what we could do is give ourselves, like, fire protection. Flame fortification. Maybe. If nothing else, just a freebie at the start. We are going to need to... What if we go with our big old face tank hammer? What if we go holy mode? Let's give ourselves Wrath of Gold. Let's give ourselves all the holy spells and just see how that works. Maybe lightning as well. Lightning could potentially be a thing, so let's just throw every single lightning spell in here too. And we will see how that goes. Poison? Not so sure about poison. But you never know. We're able to survive. We have some longevity in this fight. So who knows? If we are, if we're switching a weapon, if we're switching away from Godslayer's Greatsword, I would probably want to try, as I just mentioned, my my Giant Crusher. Now, I have been off camera playing around with some of the Ashes of War, and I had attempted. We picked up one of the weapons that we picked up from Bogart the Braggart. Was that his name? We got the Braggart's Roar Ash of War that is now one that we can apply to other weapons. I don't think I'm going to use it in this case because, well, at least I'm not going to use it with a flame art affinity. But we do have Braggart's Roar that we could apply to this giant crusher if we wanted to. Because we can actually, now that we have, we picked up the whetstone a few episodes ago that allows us to apply both lightning and holy to our physical ashes of war. So we could do that here, right? We could go sacred and give ourselves Braggart's Roar. Would we want to do that instead of, say, going with whatchamacallit? What was the ability that we were using before to base tank? Yeah, the Prayerful Strike. Not sure if we would be able to use it against this guy, but I kind of want to. I kind of want to do this one against Mohg and see how it goes. Use our big old face tank spell. Or base tanking Ash of War. You know what I'm saying. Why not? Let's give it a try. We'll quickly switch this over to our Green Turtle Talisman as well. So that we have more stamina. If we're not casting spells, we're going to need some more stamina. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. Hold on. We got to switch our Flask of Physic. We got some respecking to do here, guys. We're ironing out all the little kinks. We're also heavy load with this giant pressure hammer. So we need to... Hold on a second. I'm getting ahead of myself. We have to make some changes to our build so that we are medium load. And then I did equip both Banished Knight Oleg and Banished Knight Engvall. The reason I did that is because I remembered that their text refers to the Grace-Given Lord. Both of these guys attracted the notice of the Grace-Given Lord. One of them rejected the invitation of the Grace-Given Lord. So it's interesting that these two are connected to. All this time, I was not aware, or I did not realize, was not privy to the fact that they were actually in league, or at least attached, connected to in some way to Morgoth / Margit. I don't think we're going to be using them for this fight, though. I don't think so. I think that's all the changes I want to... No. The Flask of Wondrous Physic. The Flask of Wondrous Physic. Holy Shrouding Tier. And do we go Strength Shrouding Tier? Or do we actually give ourselves more stamina because we're swinging around a big old frickin' massive hammer? That's not a bad idea, actually. I think I'll do that because we need as much stamina as we can get. Maybe it's better to actually go max stamina, and then we have our Turtle Talisman. Potentially we could switch to our Turtle Shield as well if we really are hurting in the stamina department. The last change, I think, is to... Let's go 11-2. See how that works out. Give ourselves that extra little boost to the stamina recovery. And then not to... I don't want to do-end my seal. But let's give this a shot. I said boost to my stamina recovery. It's a boost to my healing flask potential is what I meant to say. My mind is moving in so many different directions. Still a bit reeling from learning that this is where Mohg, the Omen. It's such a, when you compare it to like the Omen King, it's such a lackluster title, you know? It's like, oh my god, we already got our stance broken. Strike one for the face tanking build because I got knocked out of my face tank ability. It's not much of a face tank build if you actually aren't a tank. Let's try that again, shall we? Let's give that another go. I didn't even see how much damage we do, which is the important part. We're trying to figure out what exactly this guy is weak to. And we didn't even get to make that determination. Okay, that's better. That worked. Okay, I like that. I'm okay with that. Dude, I'm still so early on that one roll. No, he can just knock me out of my ability. It's not fair. It's not fair, man. I hate it. So far, at least holy damage is effective, but my face tank ability is not so much. There it is. Okay, we tanked through that. We can tank through some of his moves. Oh, can I please get a riposte? I wasn't sure if I was gonna let me get the riposte through his, you know. Okay, we're not healing nearly enough. He does. Oh my God, again. Fuck. Okay, this is going much better. Turns out when you can actually damage the boss, things go well. We can do this. We can do this. We just need to be a little bit smarter about things. But this is good. This is a-okay. What I'm going to do, we're going to keep things the way they are. We're going to just keep it the way it is, and we're going to get back to it. Just need to be smart. Just be smart, forehead. That is the stance breaking abilities that you get. I could probably drink this when I'm inside, because we are so far away from this guy. Probably makes more sense for me to get in range first. I miss. I need to drink. I need to drink. I'm hesitating, though. He who hesitates is lost. Hesitation is defeat. I hate that you can knock me out of that, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Too short. No! Where was my roll? That does not do as nearly as much damage as I'd like it to. Oh my God, the fuck. Okay, I think we figured that one out. I think we figured that one out. I love being too short. I love it. I love it. This music is so cool. Need to drink my cerulean flask at some point here. Fuck. I'm so early on everything. I'm so early. Okay. Okay. Frustration setting in. Let's get a hydrate. It preys upon the frustration. The game preys upon these things. It preys upon your panic. That's really what I wanted to say. And that's what I'm doing in the moment. I need to just remain calm. We stay calm and collected, and we just rhythmically slow down just a step, just a half step. Doesn't even need to be that. It's not even that much of a slowdown. You just need a teeny tiny bit of a slowdown. And then you're there. Somehow I was blocking there, even though I had released. Every time. Every time. That stupid fucking attack. I guess not that time. Just slow it down a half step. Slow things down. Take it easy. Take a load off. Oh, blood loss. No. I forgot about that little fly in the ointment. That was going pretty well. And then we got blood loss. Fuck. Well, fuck. I think what I will do then... Holy damage is good. Maybe we just apply... We give ourselves a few of these stanching boluses, and if I, in the heat of things, remember, I can use one of those. That could be a thing. That was not a good move. That was kind of a dummy move. Getting my stance broken by that move. Not good. Would love it if I could get a stance break on you. Would absolutely love it if I could get that to happen. I'm getting too greedy on the facing. I need to be a little bit more patient on these. Could have gone for one there. Every time. I know it's not literally every time. No! I was drinking. Dang, that was a good attempt. That overhand is killing me, dude. That overhand, I'm just still so early on sometimes when I'm rolling. No! Where is my roll? I feel like I'm spamming the roll button sometimes, and it ain't rolling for me. What the fuck? Okay, I've decided to activate a rune arc. We've gotten some reps on the boss now. It's time for us to try with a rune arc and see if we can, if that can push us over the finish line. I've also equipped a different talisman. I gave myself the talisman with greater physical damage negation. So that may help us with our survivability as well. And so far, that does seem to be the case. Bro. Great use out of that rune arc. That really did the trick, didn't it? What went wrong there? What actually went wrong there? I think I was just too tentative is what went wrong. Man, that sucks. Okay, let's try that again. Let's, we'll just edit that one out. We'll edit that one out and we'll just pretend that, we'll just subtract one from the, there's the talisman that I'm using, by the way, the Dragon Crest Shield Talisman +1, which I thought was going to be so OP. And, but we'll just edit that one out and it'll be fine. Everything will be just fine. I shouldn't have taken a break. That's probably what it is. I knocked myself out of rhythm during the break. And that's what I'm going to blame it on. So I'm going to try with a rune arc here. We've gotten some attempts on the boss, and it's time to try with a rune arc, because that will definitely win us the fight instantly. No problems whatsoever shall occur. I might even throw in some holy water pots here. Maybe not. On second thought, we're not going to worry about the holy water pots. On second thought. At least I'm getting better timing against that overhand attack. That part is nice. No. Bitch moved away. I hate you. I hate this guy, dude. What in the world? The two worst possible attempts are all the ones, are both the ones where I decided to use a rune arc. What in the world? I literally should not have taken a break. I should not have taken a break. That was the worst idea in the world, was to somehow think fresh brain and taking a little bit of a timeout was going to somehow actually be beneficial to me. I have somehow completely regressed in every respect. I'm gonna use one more. I'm gonna use one more. I feel... I have to remember, I always have to remind myself when I'm playing Elden Ring. I never remember, because I'm such a tryhard. You guys know me at this point. I am such a tryhard. And I really don't like failing. I don't like it. I do not find it enjoyable, but I have to remember that failure, oftentimes, is way more fun to watch. So, it's not a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Too short. Too short. Wow. Too short again. Oh, we are cooking now, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We are cooking. Give me that. Okay. Finally a good start here. Stamina. Backed into a corner is not great. Not great here. I should use a flask. I should just use a flask. Way too early on that. I hate that when I get the stance break on that one. That was such a long flash streak, it felt like. Dude, why do you have to back away? Why must you back away? Oh, I love when your thing gets caught on a pillar. That's good for me. It's very good for me. I hate that when you back away. Fuck me. All right, I feel like I've got a pretty good read on that pattern. I need stamina though. That was not supposed to hit me. I disagree. I disagree. I need a drink here, my dude. Stamina now. He backs just, it's like he's taunting me. Taunting me as he slowly backs away. Third swing? Oh no, something else. Fuck me. That panic drink almost got me killed. No! What? No! I feel like that was a change from the pattern. Get out of my game. I knew I was down to the last hit, and I made a very risky decision, but it paid off. I took the risk of going for a follow-up prayerful strike immediately after the first one. Even though I was standing in the middle of that stupid blood move, that could have been so freaking bad. Oh, Mohg. Mohg the Omen. Just the Omen, that's it. No, like, nothing more than that, just the Omen. We have a new incantation. Blood Flame Talons. Creates blood flame lacerations that then explode. It's a pretty cool spell. A Blood Oath incantation granted by the Lord of Blood. That was the actual Lord of Blood, was it not? I had this idea that Mohg was going to be, isn't he mentioned by Gideon? I feel like Gideon mentioned Mohg as though he was going to be like one of the demigods that we have to confront, like Mikola and Melania and Ronnie. And then he's down here at the bottom of the capital. But I don't know. Maybe it was a pretty tough fight. Creates blood flame lacerations before the caster, which explode in an instant. Can be cast repeatedly. After dealing damage, blood flame continues to build up onset of blood loss for a very short time. We have a very brief exposure to blood flame through the incantation that gives our weapon blood flame. We just never get to use these sorts of things because our weapon is always has some affinity attached to it. It doesn't allow for the fun stuff. That's really what it is. Okay, face tank prayerful strike for the win. Let's rest at Cathedral of the Forsaken. There's another talk to Melina. Okay. She wouldn't be mentioning the Lord of Blood, would she?
If you intend to claim the frenzied flame, I ask that you cease. It is not to be meddled with. It is chaos, devouring life and thought unending. However ruined this world has become, however mired in torment and despair, life endures. Births continue. There is beauty in that. Is there not? If you would become Lord, do not deny this notion. Please, leave the frenzied flame alone.
I really don't know what that would be in response to. Why is she all of a sudden giving us a warning about the frenzied flame? This may just be some natural progression. Once you get to this next stage of Elden Ring, there's going to be just a progression of dialogue from Melina that has to do with, I don't know, different types of flames. The Flame of Ruin is different from the Frenzied Flame. One is the one we want and not the other, apparently. Although I do kind of fuck with the Frenzied Flame. Gotta be honest. It's usually pretty fuck withable. I like it. Not against the Lord of Blood or Mohg, the Omen, which is one and the same, is it not? Do you have more for me?
The frenzied flame, it is chaos, so please.
Okay, all right. Leave the frenzied flame alone. If you wish to become Lord, please remember that notion. We are getting quite a bit of dialogue here from Melina as we are now on to what I'm thinking of as Act 2, or maybe this is maybe this is the epilogue to Act 1. What we're dealing with here. I am in the process of figuring that out. Oh shit. Fap ring +1, baby. Erdtree's favor +1? Hell yeah. Hell yes. It's not like the most massive upgrade ever. We get 2 more points in stamina, 8 more points in HP, 2 more points in equip load. It's not a crazy upgrade, but it's something. It's not nothing. I'll take it. And it's prettier. It's a little bit fancier. Age of the Erd Tree. Queen Marika, who is also Radagon. What's up with that? Radagon's Scar Seal, Soar Seal, Marika's Scar Seal. There's got to be a Marika's Soar Seal somewhere. Right? What is the deal? There are so many of these pieces of lore in the game about Radagon and Marika that it does feel like they probably were separate people, but I don't know. Separate and then merged? Or were they one and the same all along? I don't know yet. We gotta find out. Okay, we have taken down. We got some runes to spend. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do that. Let's spend some of this chunk of runes and keep on leveling up. We felt over-leveled against Morgott. We did not feel over-leveled against Mohg. So that feels good. That I like that we are getting. I like that we got a challenge with that fight. And it was not an overly frustrating challenge, but a good challenge. That was a fun one. So let's level up. Now we got all our core stats at 40, which feels good. And we have an upgraded Fap Ring, which also feels great. You'll love to see it. What should we have some time left here. Let's continue with our kind of wrapping up these little side quests. I don't know if we'll be able to wrap up the Auriza side tomb with the time we have left. Who knows how tricky this is going to be. My guess would be that the Auriza side tomb would be less harrowing than the Auriza, whatchamacallit? The Auriza Hero's Grave is what I meant to say. Are we going to completely tech back in the direction of fire? Do I want to immediately go back to that? I think so. I think I do still generally just like, although I don't know. The big sledgehammer face tanking is pretty fun as well. It's not too bad. I just don't want this flame fortification on here. Flame, why don't we give ourselves shadow bait? Because maybe we want to be baiting some fools. So, okay. Let's go on the rest for now, at least with the Prayerful Strike, and have some fun with that. Is that a jar that I see? Was that a jar? I see a jar running away into the darkness. There was a jar running away into the darkness. Probably means there's going to be... Oh, these are exploding jars? Or was there just something that at the same time happened to explode because I was in the vicinity? I triggered the associated booby trap. Okay. All right, so we have a window here to the left that does give us a viewpoint. It does reveal to us the boss door lever. Okay, so that is over here. I'm guessing that we're not supposed to just drop down? That would be death? Is that true? Like, can I get a viewpoint? I'm trying to get... My hat's in the way. Maybe I need to take off my hat temporarily. I was trying to see if I could angle the camera somehow to allow myself to see downward. I don't feel amazing about jumping out of this window. Let's not take that as our first option, but we can keep in mind that the boss door lever is in that direction. So we came in from here. Boss lever to the left, to the right. There's another jar. Why did that one jar, I don't know if the jar blew up. It does kind of feel like the jar's blowing up. Unless there is like a trap on the ground that I haven't noticed yet. But we are taking some unexpected damage while competing against mini jars. So, gotta figure that one out. Auriza side tube time. We are in it here. We have taken down Mohg. I wasn't sure we were going to take down Mohg. Oh, well, if this is if this is the end of the road, I guess we are going to be jumping out of a window. What's up? Something up above waiting to ambush us when we go to open this chest? Or is the chest the ambush? Is it possible? Oh, it is possible. Oh my god, it actually was a transporter trap. Look at that son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Is there a way? Yo, wait a second. No, never mind. I thought for a second I was being clever by noticing something underneath. I was like, what is this this set of tentacles or something that is under the chest? It's just a skeleton ribcage. That's part of the Auriza side tomb. Okay, as far as I can tell, there is no way to be able to see whether this is a trap or not. So far as I can tell. But fortunately, you are not immediately being snatched away to who knows where. Now, eventually, I would like to be snatched away to who knows where when the time comes, when I am ready and I have empty pockets, runes-wise. But in the meantime, before then, we need to head in this direction. I'm assuming this is not a fault. This is not a fault of my death, right? Okay. Otherwise, where would we go if not through that little window? Okay, we could go back up these stairs, or we could proceed in this direction. I feel like I want to go back up the stairs. What is this way? Oh, there's another potentially suspicious chest. Are they doing this again where they're having different rooms? Oh, what? What? This is a different room, is it not? This is a different room, right? There's 2 transporter traps in here. Okay. That's how we're gonna play it. Well then, game on. If that's how we want to play things, bring it on. I am ready for it. Transporter, back-to-back transporter traps. I love this Prayerful Strike. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. Assuming that you actually get to bonk the enemies on the head with it. Smithy Stone 5 is not bad. What level is our... We're at level 12 with this thing, right? We probably... I kind of like this weapon. I think this might be one that we want to invest in. Is my seal? My seal's at a plus 15. We probably need to upgrade our seal as well. The capital has been friendly to us in terms of upgrade materials, so... Okay, I think the only way forward... Unless these are sus walls. But I think the only way forward is this way. I'm not getting the sense that those are sus walls, so I'm not going to check everyone. But what is the weird lighting that's going on here as I'm moving the camera? Something funky going on. It might be my lantern or something. I don't even know. Or my hammer. Somehow there are some weird reflections that are going on in the water that I don't think are intended. Okay. What's waiting to pop out of the water? Somebody has lightning bolts. Or lightning urns. Do the imps have lightning urns? Is that what I'm seeing? Now, can I open this gate? Nope. Okay. Another chest. Oh, Magic pots as well. Excuse me. Okay. The imps have all sorts of fun toys in here. I see. lightning pots, magic pots. It's all so much fun. Yeah, that, okay. That felt like a sus wall. Okay, let's see if we can deal with, do I actually have a ranged spell? I do, okay. I did give myself, I was thoughtful enough at least to give myself some sort of, maybe I should use Hone Bolt in this situation because the ledge is kind of blocking my spear. But we do have the ability, there's a chest up on that ledge as well. Jesus Christ, this place. This. Where were you? I heard, yeah, I heard you. I heard you. Another one? It's every single chest in here. What in the hell? Every single chest is a transporter trap. I want to see where they go, but I also want to explore the side too. Talk about, is it possible that the real chests? Oh no. Oh God. Oh shit. The jars are going into suicide bomber mode. Guys. Okay, this, you got me. You got me. Congrats. You're okay, I see why. Oh my God, incendiary jars. The jars are, they're supposed to house the different warrior spirits, right? Did you all eat, like, are you housing the incendiary zombies? Holy crap, it's literally every chest so far. Okay, even the chest that is behind the sus wall. Gosh. Am I going to be finding out exactly where? I already opened this one, right? I already opened this one, I feel like. Well, hold on though. Okay, now things are, okay, we've gotten to a point here. We've gotten to a point. Oh, I didn't have enough mana to do the rest of it. Probably should have given myself more FP flasks. Okay, so the imp is out of here. We're at a point now where I don't think I have a way forward, which suggests to me that we actually have to take a transporter trap. The gimmick here is that the transporter chests are just taking us to a different part of the dungeon. That's my guess, because I don't see a way forward. Unless there's another sus wall somewhere. Could be. Not gonna rule it out. What is the worst that can happen if we take a... the worst that can happen is we get whisked off to the equivalent. The equivalent to the Celia Crystal Tunnel. Whatever that equivalent would be at this stage of the game. It would probably be down somewhere in the Lake of Rot. The Lake of Rot being one of our many potential places to go. I feel like this is the only way forward, though. I don't have a way... Barring some sus wall I've missed, I don't think there is any other way forward. So we take a transporter chest, I think. The only question is, which one? Why don't we take the one that was behind a sus wall? That feels like a good place to start. I could see that being, that could be a, you know, a game design. If you're the game developer sitting there thinking, huh, how do we give the player a fun, meandering experience here with transporter chests? Because I could see those other chests would be taking you to, I don't know, some place that you don't really want to go in the dungeon. But then eventually you find, oh wait, there's a sus wall here. This is the chest that I wanted to go in. That would make sense to me. Or it's the exact reverse psychology, that the one that you least want to use is actually the one behind the sus wall, and they like double 5-head big brained you into into taking the one that was actually the worst. Look at this. Look, did they respawn? Oh. I think they respawn. Well, if that's truly what happened, because I think, yeah, we're right up here. So there is a chest here, which I assume to be a transporter trap, as they have all been so far. I don't know where that one would go. We may check it here momentarily, but we are now up on this ledge that we had, where we had the magic and lightning bomb throwing imps just earlier, but they unfortunately have respawned, which seems to indicate that the gimmick, the transporter trap gimmick, does respawn enemies. That's unfortunate. All right. Okay, there's an imp at the end of this ledge here that I thought had a boss switch. I thought the boss door was here, but I guess not. Okay, this guy got impatient. That guy did not want to wait around for me to walk into the trap more closely. So, fine. Works for me. That guy just stood there, though. He was the bait, I guess. Okay. Sure. Was this not the boss lever here? Maybe. Oh, you know what? You know what? We already saw this dirty trick once today in the Leyndell Catacombs. This could be another, like, hey, you think you know where you are. You thought you knew where you were. But in reality, you are in, like, another part of the catacombs that just looks the same as where you've been. All right, we're gonna take this transporter trap, see what's up. Maybe that's they've once again duplicated the layouts here to make you think that you are somewhere that you're not. So where are we now? This actually did just take us back to... It did take us back... These imps are dead. Okay. Let's, I guess, see where this goes. As I try to piece this together here. Totally not going to get confusing which chest leads to which. I'm sure. We're going to have zero confusion. Oh, okay, we're behind bars and there's a big jar. There's a big boy jar. Okay, big boy jar has no match. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. Hold on. Big boy jar was no match for base tank hammer. Okay, you are out of here. And what do we get? A cracked pot. Nice. Maybe multiple cracked pots. Oh no, Perfumer's Cookbook 3. And another cracked pot. Okay. I wasn't too far off. What this give us? An iron jar aromatic. Iron jar. That's a lightning pot. The iron jar aromatic. Here we go. Uses FP to temporarily turn wielder's body to steel. So now this is our second perfumer's recipe. And we do have 6 perfume bottles now. We have one that releases acid mist. Which does what again? Temporarily lowers attack power and damages armaments. We haven't used that yet. We should try to use it at some point. This sounds pretty cool too. Forbidden Art of Depraved Perfumers. Is that artwork in there showing like broken jars? It's pretty cool artwork. Uses FP to temporarily turn body to steel, boosting poise, resistances, and damage negation at the expense of mobility and lightning resistance. Makes sense. You're turning yourself into steel. An art that requires fragments of hunted noble jars. Depraved perfumers are plainly in league with jar poachers. We have not talked with... Oh shit, it makes sense now. Now it makes sense. Our buddy Jar Bairn. We just learned today what Bairn means. He's a jar baby. Okay. That's cute. Can I cannot open that. All right, we have a new perfumer's recipe. That's cool. Let's see. Let's keep going through the permutations here on these transporter traps and see where they lead. It does so far. There does seem to be, you have two chests that are linked to one another. So far, that seems to be the pattern. Now, I am, oh, there's a piece of, okay, I have a theory. Which, I want to see if I can test, but I'm not sure how no, I do know how I would test this. What if let's say we go into this chest here, which would take us back up to the ledge. Now, will there be an imp on this ledge? I don't think my theory of them respawning when we do the transporter stuff is correct. I think we might actually be going to different versions, similar to, somehow there are different, I don't know if it's actually a different layer or floor in the dungeon, but one way or another, this is acting like the Leyndell Catacombs, where we are seeing basically the exact same layout of particular rooms, but they're different. They have different enemies and they have different items. And I think the way that we can break through here is by recognizing that one set of chests is linked to, will send you to the other version. So what I want to do is not use this chest to go back to the version that I was just in. I want to instead go down here to this chest. Now, there may be enemies in this room, because I'm not sure I've been in here yet. Okay, I think if I'm correct, this chest should now send me to the alternate version, or alternate floor, whatever the case may be. And there should be, up here, there should now be an imp with there's loot here. Yeah, okay. Yep. Drops Fulgur Bloom. That's funny. And now I think this is, oh, there's a ladder here, actually. I think this is what gets us to the boss door. I think I figured it out, guys. I think I pieced it together. Now, have I... There are going to be some sections of the dungeon that I... Oh, there's another chest here. Okay. Well, that does remind me that there was a chest at the very beginning that we did not take, right? We were like, oh, transporter trap successfully avoided, before we knew exactly what was going on. And now... who knows how that is going to factor into the mix. Where am I now? Where am I? Am I back at the beginning? I might be. I think I may be in a slightly different... I may be in the alternate version of the beginning of the game. Or the beginning of the game. The beginning of... Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we're kind of back, because there's no boss door lever. So this takes us back to, theoretically, the beginning, but I don't think there's going to be a site of grace here this time. There may be like a fake... No. Have we... Oh, God, that scared me. That scared the hell out of me. Have we seen the boss door? That's... I don't think we've actually seen the boss door. I could be mistaken. Oh, another, and a ritual pot as well. Cool. Let's add, I need to use, I have like 4 ritual pots that are being used up by these red main fire pots that we should probably put onto our quick items to be used somehow, some way. Where are we going now? I think I was just here, wasn't I? Okay, so let's see if I can... I'm getting a little bit confused on what sequence of events here. Do I want to drop down here? I might want to drop down and explore what's down here in this version of things. Ooh, okay. Another big boy jar. Anybody else? There's definitely somebody else. I rolled through that explosion. Luckily timed that explosion just right. I did not see the little suicide jar. Root resin, lots of living jar shards, and another ritual pot. Okay, we are really adding to the firebomb capabilities. It is really funny that they have really interesting and kind of entertaining this fact that both of the catacombs, I guess in this case a side tomb, both of these have incorporated this gimmick of having a very similar layout that isn't actually quite the same. You think you're in the same place, but not really. So now, okay, so there's items in here that I want to get to. I think this chest goes inside of the bars, right? So, but it would send me to the version that I've already been to. So we want to swap first with this chest. This is the one that kind of like lets us break sequence, so to speak, because we get to go back to where we were by dropping down and not having to return via chest. So now this should take us inside of those iron bars. Who knows what's going to be waiting to kill us in here. Did I screw this up though? I guess I screwed this up. Okay, I thought I was being five-head. Not so much. So let's try this again. How did I screw that up? How did I overthink that one? Somehow I overthought that one. Let's do this one more time. I am starting to get a little bit unsure about where I need to go though. Just like with the Leyndell Catacombs, this place is confusing. Captain Obvious notices. Catacombs is confusing. How do we get to... Oh, there's a ladder here. Well, that's a start. That will certainly help to answer. I hear another jar coming. Oh, how? All right. Somehow I guess I knocked that one into the pillar. It didn't knock it far enough away from, which is what I did the first time. I knocked it far enough away from me to not get me caught in the explosion. Okay, up we go, and maybe this unravels all the mysteries. This ladder is the hidden ladder that I've been waiting for all this time. And perhaps it will be the yeah, there it is. There's the boss. There's the boss door lever. Okay. Now, that direction. The boss door is somewhere there. That's the answer to the question that I was going to ask, which is, where is the boss door? Have I seen it already and I just forgot about it? Where was the boss door? Do I need to go in this? We're gonna try this chest. Where does this chest go? Remind me, please. Remind me. This could take a minute, guys, because I really do not know where I... Oh, that's interesting. It did take us back to essentially the original... It's right here. It's right there. This was the beginning, wasn't it? Aha! There's the side tomb exit. Got it. Let's go ahead and rest. I think I'm gonna call it a day on that. Any further exploration of that side tomb. I may have missed some stuff. That was a very confusing. I'm sure that there's. Well, I'm not sure of anything anymore. Realistically speaking, all I am sure of is that I want to change my flasks to 10. Actually, we're sticking with face tank mode. I'm actually okay with 11 too. That's fine. Let's just leave it right there. We're going to cast our. Give ourselves our blessing of the Erd Tree for free, basically for free. We'll sit, and then we go for the boss or mini boss, probably mini boss. Which was right here. I totally had forgotten that the door was at the beginning, and we got right back to where we needed to be, which is good. Let's drink our Flask of Wondrous Physic, and let's see what we got. What are we dealing with here? A Grave Warden Duelist, and a whole bunch of jars. No, 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 no. Oh my goodness. Suicide jar time. Oy. I don't want you all here, please. Are they suicide jars? They're actually not suicide jars. Okay, maybe they're not. Maybe it's okay. Maybe this is fine. I thought they were suicide jars. I thought maybe I needed to panic. Maybe the panic was not warranted. I love that we can just smash your face. That is so much fun. The jars are just all sitting over there. Okay, fine. I love that we can just poise through basically whatever you throw at us. So, there we go. There we have it, folks. That is a Grave Warden Duelist. And along with all of the poor little mini jars, we get an okay amount of runes. Don't know if it's worth the gold pickled foul foot at this point, but we also get a set of ashes. The Souled Jars of Fortune ashes. What? Give me my root resin, and let's check. Summons 3 little living jar spirits. Souled jars of, oh my god, one of them is exploding in the background. It's almost like a movie trailer. Or not a trailer, but like a movie poster where it's an action movie and the explosion's going off in the background, and the two souled jars are walking forward with steely resolve as chaos erupts behind them, and one of their comrades is blown to smithereens. Okay, summoning consumes HP rather than FP. Where have we seen that before? Was that on... Oh, they're up here with the not special ashes. Just the regular old ashes, huh? Which... Was it the Miranda? Yeah, Miranda Sprout ashes. Actually, there's quite a few of these. Land Squirt ashes, Miranda Sprout ashes. I want to say that the Mimic... Isn't the Mimic also one of these? Yeah! There are quite a few sets of ashes that work with HP instead of FP. Anyway, these reckless spirits sacrifice themselves to vanquish their summoner's foes and explode upon death. Though their bravery is admirable, their explosions can harm friend as well as foe, and they will also immediately explode on contact with fire. Tell the others. Tell them how brightly a fire jar burns. Whoa. Okay, well that's wild. That is a that's quite the image to leave us here at the end of this Elden Ring episode, because that is where we will wrap up this installment of Elden Ring. And we will next time look to turn our attention to the Auriza's Hero's Grave as we look to finish off the rest of these side quests before moving on to the next stage of our journey. Who knows where that's going to be? I kind of have a feeling that it's going to be the Deeproot Depths. My preliminary thought is that we got this Great Waterfall Crest checkpoint here, and supposedly this Deeproot Depths is connected. It feels like it's connected to, based on various bits of information that we've gotten, which I don't remember at this point exactly where we got those, but Godwyn, the Prince of Death, is supposed to be, I think, at the end of the Deeproot Depths, which is supposed to take us underneath the Erd Tree. The base, or the roots of the Erd Tree, is where that section of the game is supposed to culminate in. That's my understanding, which would make it a very actually interesting corollary or epilogue to our journey through the capital. We'll see exactly how we go. We've got Mount Gelmir, we've got the Lake of Rot, we've got the Path of Rold. All sorts of fun stuff here after we deal with another Hero's Grave, which I just cannot wait to do. Is it going to also pull this trick, this duplicating the dungeon trick that they now seem fond of? We went through so many transporter traps today, actually, now that I think of it. That may be a record for the amount of transporter traps that we've gone through. Obviously, it sets a record. We've never gone through that many transporter traps in all of Elden Ring before today. So that's a great thing that I can add to my checklist. Things that I've done in Elden Ring. Oh, and of course, I also almost forgot the maybe most important part of our whole journey today was the fact that we took on, I don't even know where the warp point is here, but the Forsaken Depths, and the fact that we have killed, I think it's here, the Cathedral of the Forsaken. The fact that we can't warp out of here now, but we took on Mohg, the Lord of Blood, right? Except he wasn't called the Lord of Blood by the boss bar, the Mohg the Omen. Just Mohg the Omen, don't you know? What's up with that? Transporter traps, Mohg, way too many things that I did not expect to add to my Elden Ring bingo card, but that is just a day in the life of playing this freaking amazing, awesome video game. Thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.